and operate Camp Caribou, which is a boys' summer camp in Winslow, Maine, kind of central Maine, about an hour north of Portland, which is the major city. Originally from Boston, Massachusetts, but we are a all boys summer camp. The ages are 7 to 15 years old. It's an overnight program where the kids have the option of staying at our camp for 3.5 or 7 weeks. They can either stay the first half, the second half, or the whole summer. We are teaching and coaching all different sports and activities, from baseball to golf to hockey to lacrosse, soccer, tennis, volleyball, woodworking, kayaking, swimming, you name it, we're teaching it. Theater, culinary arts, we got everything. And the whole base of our program is that every camper will receive a 1 hour instructional lesson in everything that we have to offer every single week. So in the mornings, the campers are scheduled. We give them a schedule. And then in the afternoon, the kids get to choose what they want to do. So our hope and goal is that our staff are passionate, enthusiastic, and that rubs off onto these campers that have never played volleyball before or don't have confidence on the basketball court. And then they all of a sudden meet, a basketball coach who's cool, who's fun, engaging, and they're like, whoa, that guy's kind of cool. I want to learn more from him. So the afternoons become a little bit more individualized and specialized for those kids that want to gain more knowledge in lacrosse or in tennis, whatever it may be. And the other aspect of the role is also being a head coach. So we compete against other all boys summer camps within the central Maine area. So every one of our staff members will be able to take on a specific age group. And we have 9 and under baseball teams, 10 and under, 11 and under, all the way up to 15 and under for everything that we have to offer, including archery, including sailing. We have sailing regattas. So they will have an opportunity to kind of manage their own age group and team and put a roster together, coordinate practices in the afternoons, travel to other camps. Sometimes we're hosting our own tournaments. So it's instructional learning in the morning, teaching, coaching in the afternoon. And then the other aspect of the job is living in a cabin with a group of campers as kind of like a mentor, role model type figure, kind of like a cool younger dad, someone fun and getting to know those kids outside of the activity that they are teaching. Hanging out with them, listening to music, chilling, kind of being their support system while they're away from mom and dad. And obviously that brings on, some more responsibilities outside of your activity, helping with homesickness, helping them connect with other kids within the cabin or age group, little things like that. So it's, waking up with the kids, having breakfast with them, teaching a sport that you love and really know and are passionate about. And then, campfires at night and s'mores and roasting hot dogs and lip sync battles and capture the flag and dodgeball tournaments. But so, it's a second home for the campers and staff, and it's a family run organization. It's me, my wife, my two brother-in-laws. So that is kind of the whole thing, the whole baseline of the program is that, yes, we want kids learning how to swing the bat properly and scoring goals and feeling confident on the soccer field. But, we want these kids making friends, feeling good, feeling comfortable. And we want the staff, excited and feeling supported as well at Camp Caribou.
That's really amazing. You must feel very accomplished when you see someone in week 1 and week 7 and see the maturation over that period of time.
It's the best. And a lot of our campers start at 8 years old or 9 years old and go all the way up to 15. So to see them, go from 8 years old, not knowing a single person, to having these lifelong friendships, it's the best.
So what would you say for the staff? I know you walked through it a little bit, but say, like, for instance, our student who will be working there this summer, what's a day in the life like?
Great question. Camp. We're waking up at 7:30 in the morning, kind of getting ready for the day, and then we have breakfast 8 a.m. Staff members, coaches who are living in a cabin will have breakfast with their kids and with their co-staff members. No one is ever by themselves. We keep a 4-to-1 ratio. So having breakfast, getting ready for the day. Then we have a cabin cleanup, just making beds, sweeping the floors, just kind of tidying things up. And then the kids go off to their schedule, and the staff report to the baseball field or the tennis courts, wherever they're teaching. So there's 3 periods of instructional learning in the morning. Each period's about an hour in length. That takes us up to lunch. We're reconvening. Kids are dropping off their equipment at their cabins, kind of going over, announcing what we're doing in the afternoon. And then we have lunch. Kids are signing up for their afternoon electives. And then we have a rest period. Kids are getting out of the sun, staff getting out of the sun, chilling out, hanging out. Kids are writing letters home, listening to music, just really relaxing inside the cabin, or going down to the waterfront and taking in, just resting in the shade, whatever it may be. Just really, it's a lot going on in the afternoon, chilling out. And then around 2:15, we start our electives. Kids go off to what they signed up for. The staff report back to their activity or sport area. There's 3 periods of electives, each an hour in length. And then that brings us up to dinner, reconvening with your cabin, seeing how their day was. And then we have an evening program. And those are a wide range of just fun activities: capture the flag, campfire, lip sync battle, maybe a movie night. If it's super hot, maybe we're just going down the waterfront and chilling out and, taking a dip. But that usually wraps up around 8 o'clock. Kids and staff are heading back to the cabins, brushing teeth, settling down, showering, and then the majority of our kids are going to bed by 9. Staff do have every other night off and 1 day off per week. So if you have the night off, you're off at 9 o'clock, getting a workout in our gym, pick up basketball, maybe going into town, grabbing a bite to eat, whatever it may be. But then days off, we have 1 day off per week. So you'll either have a Wednesday or Sunday off. So if you were to have a Sunday day off, you would have Monday night, Wednesday night, and Saturday night into Sunday off.
That sounds great. One of the things you mentioned was not campers. There we go. Campers coming back for multiple years. Do you see that with counselors as well, or do you try to hire a new staff every year?
Absolutely. Returning staff are the best. And the kids love it too. And obviously new staff are always welcome and create great bonds with the campers and the staff pretty quickly, since we're all kind of living together at camp. But I would say the majority of our staff, 2 to 3 summers, throughout their college years, sometimes, dips into post-college life as well, do a little traveling, then come back to camp. But the kids love it. And the way we kind of structure our program is, if you really make a connection with your cabin, most likely those group of boys are coming back the next summer. So we have you stay with those kids. And sometimes we have guys with us for 7 years, which is the entire, camper career. So they're with them at 8 years old and then kind of graduate with them when they're 15, their final camper summer.
That's
Do you
great.
get people from all over the country?
Campers are,
Yeah,
what's that?
campers.
Yes. Yeah. So the majority of our campers from up and down the East Coast, Boston, New York, Connecticut, DC, Miami. But we have families from Chicago, Dallas, Austin, Texas, San Francisco, and LA.
Excellent.
Yeah. And staff, all over. We're probably 70% domestic, 30% international. We have staff from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, England, Ireland, and Mexico.
So when you're most of your counselors, what would you say is their long-term do you see a typical long-term career path, or is it pretty diverse in the areas of study for your counselors?
Pretty diverse. A lot of people ask me that question, and they're like, "Oh, you just might you do you have all education majors?"
Right.
Um, I wouldn't say so. I mean, we have psychology majors, business majors, all different types of career paths. But I think the common thread throughout all of our staff are guys that enjoy the outdoors, have a passion for a sport or activity that we do offer, uh, love meeting new people, and obviously enjoy working with kids. A lot of people see this job as a new experience. A lot of guys have never been to Maine, and on our time off, we do provide transportation so that they are able to see the state parks and beaches and national parks as well. And so it's a new experience for a lot of our staff, and why not kind of take this opportunity now, before you jump into business school or whatever it may be that you're trying to go for. But a lot of the things that you learn when working at Camp Caribou, when working at a summer camp, can easily be applied to a lot of the jobs that a lot of our staff are going out for.
So that's great. Thank you very much. What is when you're going to hire counselors, what is the application process like?
Yeah, so campcaribou.com, you click the staff tab, and there's an application button right on the left-hand side. And obviously, when you go onto our website, there's a lot of information on what we're looking for and what the summer program is all about. But filling out a staff application, I get it into my email, and then I reach out and set up a Zoom call and answer any questions that the staff may have. Go through the entire program, describe in detail what their summer is about to be, and then get their background as well. I try to paint the clearest picture possible of who we are, what we're looking for, what our kids are all about, and getting their background and all that. And then also they can explore our website, tons of camp videos to give them kind of a visual picture of what it is.
Great. And is your hiring process going on now? When is the hiring season, if you will?
Yeah, I would say it starts usually, November 1st. Guys that kind of have their school schedule all set and ready to go, and now they're looking towards the summer. But we're hiring up until typically May 1st. But yeah, usually right now, January, February, March, is the busy staff time.
Great. That was all of my questions. The main things I like to cover are how students can get in touch with you and when exactly you'll be doing the hiring. Thank you so much for all of the information. Professor O'Toole, do you have any additional questions before we let Alex go here?
Yeah, I was going to ask Alex, how many staff people do you hire?
Typically about 115 staff members. And I know that we're all boys. We do hire females as well. Limited housing. The females essentially the same job description. The only difference is they have their own housing.
Sure.
They will not, be living with the kids, with the boys.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't want to have handle that question. But no, that's very good too. No, that's outstanding. Let me ask you, would you, if I was able, I have a marketing class, and that typically has probably 50% of them are different athletes at Aquinas College. If we wanted to set up a Zoom call like this and talk to the whole class, would you be agreeable to something like that?
Absolutely. Send me the date and time. I'm ready to go.
Okay, then I can, how do I get your contact? Just go on your campcaribou.com. I can get your information there.
It's just Alex, ALEX, at campcaribou.com.
Gotcha.
Yep. And yeah, my phone number is 207-872-9313. And for the staff, salary wise, it's salary range of $2,500 to $3,200. That would be a lump sum check at the end of the summer. If you ever to need money during the summer, night off, day off, we can always write you a salary advance. All the food, all the lodging, laundry, that's all covered. And your travel expenses, round trip travel expenses are covered. Flying, driving, whatever it may be, we'll cover that for you and reimburse you for those expenses. So no true expenses when you're at camp. And then obviously, depends on the school, but this often is looked as an internship as well for some majors. So typically I just connect with the professor or a career advisor, explain the job, and fill out any paperwork for any student that needs internship credit.
No, that's exactly where I was leading. I was thinking that this is a great way for some of our business and sports management dual majors to actually earn internship credits, because they're required to have at least 6 credit hours of internship.
Great.
This is like a natural fit.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, if professors or the school requires me to do like a midsummer evaluation and summer evaluation, totally down to do that as well.
That would actually come through our office most of the time. One of
Okay.
my colleagues is our internship coordinator, and she schedules all of those, and they're either on site or virtual in the summertime because students are typically all over in the summertime. So
Yeah.
that would be great.
Yeah, we have a really good process for setting up internships, so I feel very comfortable with that.
Great.
Well,
I'll have a sip of coffee as well.
Yeah.
Alex, very impressive organization and everything. Just very impressive. So
Thank you.
Really enjoyed learning about that.
Yeah. We love what we do. It's been in the family since 1968.
Wow.
Grandparents are still around, 96 and 95 years old. They were school teachers back in the day, looking for a summer gig, and passed it on to my father-in-law, and now it's the third generation. So pretty special, and I think that's definitely one of the unique aspects of our summer camp, is that it's been in the family since 50 years plus. So,
and I've been to Portland, Maine. That's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
Maine's a beautiful state. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. And if there's any students interested, want to learn more, they can reach me anytime, even before filling out the application. Alex at campcaribou.com, the website campcaribou.com, and they can call me as well.
I do have one last question, if I may. Is there any disciplines, whether it's volleyball or baseball or basketball or tennis, that you're looking for that are a little harder to recruit or something like that too? Or is it, you don't have that problem?
It totally depends on the year. And it's, but the positions that we have open right now is volleyball, tennis, soccer, lacrosse, golf, and baseball. There's different number of positions available in each of those areas. But yeah, that's what we're looking for. And then we also have culinary arts and a wilderness tripping program where we're taking kids out on overnight canoe and hiking trips. So if anyone has interest or is into, that aspect, I would love to chat with them. We provide all the certification courses in the state of Maine in regards to canoeing and wilderness trips. And then if anyone is into the arts, wood shop, theater arts, teaching theater, we're looking for those types of staff members as well.
We have an outdoor, I'm not familiar exactly with the title, but we have an outdoor adventure student organization that's pretty active, and they've been somewhat limited this year because of regulations and things like that. So I'll be sure to share this information with them as well. It sounds like that could be a good fit.
Absolutely. We're looking for sailing, canoeing, kayak instructors, and then wilderness trip leaders as well.
Great. Well, that is our 30-minute time block. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Alex, thank you so much for your time. Professor O'Toole, thank you for being here as well. And to get more information, you can go to campcaribou.com.
Great. Thank you, guys.